intimacy doesn't mean it always have to be sexual or anything like that. It could just be touching, it could be caressing, it could be just loving on your partner, kissing from head to toe, and then going to sleep. You know. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Love and Focus, your healthy relationship guide. I'm Mel, your host, and today I'm going to be giving you 4 strategies on how to rekindle that relationship spark once it dies down. And I'm going to be reading a letter from an individual who wants advice on how to reignite that flame in their relationship. I'm also going to be reading your juicy weekly horoscopes, and I'm going to give you some insights on my final thoughts coming up. So the first strategy that I'm going to give you is that extra quality time together. Now, I know that, you spend time with your partner, but is it effective and is it extra and is it quality? These are some of the things that you have to think about when you say, oh, we're going to spend time together. It has to be effective and it has to be extra. Okay, we have children, you have other things going on in your life, you have your cell phone, you have your friends, you have your family, you have all of that, but you need to set that time aside and be with your partner one-on-one, effective, quality, extra. All of these words that I'm saying is really important when trying to rekindle that relationship back because children get in the way, family members get in the way, even the people that you work with at work, they get in your way. Sometimes they'll call you up, they want to chat. No, you have to have that effective, extra quality time together. Remember the significance of spending that quality time together is really important when you're trying to rekindle that flame, especially if you've been together for some time and the flame has died out. Now, I'm not saying that only individuals or couples who were in long-term relationships have their flames blown out. It could happen as short as 3 months, in a relationship. So you have to be mindful of, all right, the flame is gone. What can we do to rekindle? Hey, have that quality time together. Spend that quality time together, whether it be you sitting on a couch and you guys reading to each other, or whether it be you guys going out on a nice date and then coming home and, getting that spark going. I mean, everybody wants to have sparks in their relationship. And if it's not going on in your relationship, then that leads to other things and you don't want that. So definitely have that effective quality time together and discuss some of these things that you want. The second strategy that I want to talk about is that physical intimacy. Now, we all know that sometimes, you get home, you're tired, you don't really feel like being intimate with your partner because you've worked a long, hard day. Now you got to hop in the shower, you got to get your dinner together and everything like that. Sometimes that physical intimacy is like, no, let's save it for the weekend. I don't think that is a good way to get your connection back or rekindle that flame. So when you do that physical intimacy, you have to think about some of the things that turned you on at the beginning of your relationship and think about some of the things that turned your partner on at the beginning of the relationship. And then those are the first steps that you take toward that physical intimacy, and physical intimacy doesn't mean it always have to be sexual or anything like that. It could just be touching, it could be caressing, it could be just loving on your partner, kissing from head to toe, and then going to sleep. Another thing you have to understand about physical intimacy is understanding each other's love languages and what exactly gets each other going. Sometimes words of affirmation will go a long way if you want some of that physical intimacy to take place. Words of affirmation, you got to think about your partner's love language. Think about your own love language and express these things to one another and talk about it. Foreplay is another part of that physical intimacy. It could be kissing, caressing, touching your partner in places that you know that they like, or showing your partner where you like to be touched. Sometimes physical intimacy can lead to sexual intercourse, and sometimes it will not. It doesn't have to always lead to sexual intercourse when you have that special touch, the special kisses and the caresses all over your body, and your partner is feeling what you're feeling by you doing the same thing always got to be reciprocated. That's how I feel. Okay. So if you're enjoying your partner and your partner is enjoying you, 9 times out of 10, that spark is going to ignite. All right. And sometimes it doesn't lead to sexual activity. Sometimes it does. So, you never know. Try that physical intimacy. It definitely will work to reignite that spark. The third strategy is expressing appreciation and gratitude for your partner. Sometimes you or your partner may feel underappreciated and want that appreciation and acceptance and all of that, but you want it verbally. Partners tend to overlook the appreciation method of reigniting these flames and the spark in your relationship. Trust me, showing appreciation goes a long way. Okay. So I think that is a really important step to take toward reigniting that flame. Appreciation. Just say, hey, thank you for this. Thank you for that. Showing appreciation really does go a long way. And definitely try it. I want to know if that ignites that spark and gets that flame going again. The fourth strategy that I'm going to give you is surprise and spontaneity. All right. So we all want a little surprise in our relationship, and we also want some spontaneity. So what I'm going to talk about is a surprise. Now, you can definitely win over your partner by surprising them, okay? Surprise them with a little gift, surprise them with a little love note, surprise them with flowers at the job, surprise them with lunch unexpectedly, surprise them with something that you know that they would like. And as far as the spontaneity is concerned, okay, so sex don't always have to be planned, all right? It don't always have to be planned. Sometimes you could just be spontaneous. And I'm not saying have sex all over the place, but what I'm saying is you can have sex in your house all over the place, okay? It don't necessarily have to be planned because you feel like, oh, this is a weekend thing. Once it becomes a weekend thing, that's when the flame goes, and that's when it tends to get boring, all right? So if you're spontaneous with your sex life and you're just like, all right, babe, you know what? I want to take you right here, right now, whether it be in the bathroom or in the living room, or as soon as you coming in through the door and your spouse is right there. I know sometimes you're tired when you're walking through the door after you come home from work, and then you feel like, oh, I have to cook or I have to do this. But if you want that flame to reignite, I'm not saying obey. That's not the right word to use. However, I feel that if took your partner up on that challenge, say, okay, absolutely. Take your partner up on a challenge and have spontaneous sex. It don't always have to be planned. So just remember that. All right. Hopefully, one of those 4 tips will help you achieve that goal of reigniting that flame. You don't only want the candles to be lit, you want to be lit too. So you got to make sure that that flame is being lit by any means necessary, because you don't want to have a dull relationship and you don't want that flame to go out. Okay, that leads to other things. So make sure you keep that flame lit. I'm going to be reading a letter from a viewer who wants advice on how to spark up their relationship after the flame dies down. Coming up. Okay, so I'm going to be reading a letter from this individual who wants to reignite that flame. Okay, now let's see what she says, because her name is Kelly. Says it. My name is Kelly, and I'm writing to you from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Today, I find myself in need of some guidance. My partner and I have been together for 8 years, and while we have a strong bond and love each other deeply, I feel like the spark in our relationship has dimmed over time. We've fallen into a routine, and the excitement and passion we once had seem to be fading. I miss the spontaneity and the special moments we used to share. I want to reignite the spark and bring back that sense of excitement and connection. I believe we can rekindle our love, but I'm not sure where to start. Can you offer some advice on effective strategies to bring back the spark in our relationship? What steps can we take to reconnect and revive the passion we once had? Thank you so much for your time. I look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely, Kelly from Fort Lauderdale. Okay, Kelly, thank you so much for reaching out. I feel like it's really important to reignite that flame, as I stated earlier. And for you to be reaching out, that means that you notice that this is an issue in your relationship and you want to do something about it before it's too late. So I commend you for that. Now, we all know that communication is the foundation to any relationship. And once you communicate this to your partner and you say, hey, you know what? I'm feeling like our relationship is at a standstill and I want to do something to reignite the flame. So having that communication with your partner will allow him to express the way that he feels as well. And it'll also let you guys come up with some great ideas on how you can reignite this flame and how you could spark that fire back up in your relationship. Another thing that you could try is planning some date nights for you and your partner. I know it's not easy getting away, especially if you have young children involved. However, you have to find yourself a babysitter because regular date nights can definitely increase that stamina in a relationship and bring that spark back, okay? Once you go out on that date and you guys come on back inside and you say, you know what? We want to role play. That is an awesome way to get that spark back, to get that flame role playing after a date night. So you guys come on in after the date night, act like you don't know each other, or you can act like you met each other at the club or the lounge or wherever you decided you wanted to go. And then you get on home and you start that role playing. I bet you that will definitely ignite that flame in your relationship. I mean, who don't like role playing? I'm just saying. Another thing that you could do, Kelly, is actually surprise one another. And these are some of the things that you would talk about while you're communicating as well. Let him know some of the things that you like. Let him tell you some of the things that he like, and you guys surprise one another from time to time to keep that flame going. It's really exciting when you come home and either one of you cook dinner by candlelight, and you guys are just sitting there, you're eating and you're talking, and you have the low music on and everything is just feeling good and smelling good and that vibe is just in the air. That will definitely ignite a flame in your relationship. So think about surprising one another, whether it be at work, whether it be at home, whether you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to pick you up tonight from work, and then you just take them on a date. Another thing that you could do is reconnect physically, all right? And when I say that, I mean that, sometimes you have to put sex out of it for a second and just reconnect on a physical level as far as caressing and holding and kissing and touching, holding hands when you're walking outside. That will lead to something once you get indoors. I know a lot of people don't like PDA, which is public displays of affection. However, if you know that your partner likes it and you're the one that don't like it, try it. Okay, you have to sometimes compromise on some of the things that you don't like, but your partner likes, or some of the things that you like and your partner don't like. So compromising with that physical touch and everything outside public displays of affection, kissing in public, holding hands, playing little cutesy footsies under the table while you guys are eating. And, some of those things that really will ignite the flame in your relationship. You just never know until you try it. And the last thing I'm going to say is seek professional help, because sometimes seeking professional help, getting that counseling, it helps out. Maybe you're not able to express yourself the way that you want to, or maybe your partner is not able to express themselves the way that they want to. So seeking professional help is not always a bad thing. I know people think that, but it's not. Rekindling that spark in your relationship takes effort from both parties involved. You cannot be the only one in a relationship saying, oh, the flame has died down and you're the only one trying to rekindle it. That is where that effective communication comes in at. That's what you guys need to discuss. Hey, how do you feel about the relationship? What do you think that we could do to improve or rekindle the flame? So you both need to sit there, think about some ideas, and hopefully, you'll come up with some solutions that will get you guys back in that bedroom the way that you're supposed to be, okay? Hopefully that helps. And Hopefully your journey is a successful one for you to rekindle the relationship and get that spark back. So hopefully that helps, Kelly. All right, so now let's jump right into these weekly horoscopes. Now we're going to start with Leo because it is Leo season. All right, so Leo, July 23rd to August 22nd. This week, Leo, your romantic life is ablaze with passion and excitement. The stars encourage you to plan a grand gesture or special date to show your partner how much you care. For singles, your natural charisma will attract admirers. Embrace the spotlight and let your confidence shine. All right, well, Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd. Focus on clear and honest communication, Virgo. This week is all about resolving misunderstandings and strengthening your bond through meaningful conversations. If you're single, pay attention to the little details and look for someone who appreciates your meticulous nature. Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. Harmony is key for you this week, Libra. Create a peaceful and romantic atmosphere with your partner. For those looking for love, your diplomatic and fair minded nature will attract potential partners who value balance and beauty. Ooh, that's a good one. Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. Scorpio, this week is intense and passionate. Dive deep into your emotions and explore your desires with your partner. Singles may encounter someone intriguing, sparking a profound connection that could lead to something more. Ooh. Sagittarius, November 22nd to December 21st. Adventure awaits, Sagittarius. Plan something exciting and new with your partner to reignite that spark. If you're single, your adventurous spirit will draw in like minded individuals who share your zest for life. All right, Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. Capricorn, focus on long term goals and stability in your relationship. Discuss your future plans with your partner and work together towards mutual objects. For singles, seek someone who aligns with your ambitions and values. All right, Aquarius, January 20th through February 18th. Intellectual connections are highlighted this week. Aquarius, engage in stimulating conversations and explore new ideas with your partner. If you're single, your unique perspective and originality will attract potential partners who appreciates your individuality. All right, Pisces, February 19th through March 20th. Emotional depth is your strength this week, Pisces. Use your empathy to connect deeply with your partner and understand their needs. Singles may find someone who resonates with their emotional and spiritual nature. Then we have Aries, March 21st through April 19th. Excitement fills your love life, Aries. Plan a spontaneous outing or activity with your partner to keep things lively. Singles might have an unexpected encounter that leads to a promising connection. Stay open and embrace new beginnings. Taurus, April 20th through May 20th. This week, Taurus, is about building stability and trust. Communicate openly with your partner about your needs and expectations. For singles, take a slow and steady approach to new relationships to ensure a strong foundation. Ooh, Gemini, May 21st through June 20th. Your charm and wit are at their peak, Gemini. Use this to your advantage in both romantic and social settings. Couples should engage in deep, meaningful connections and conversations, while singles will find this a great time to meet new people and expand their social circle. Cancer, June 21st through July 22nd. Emotional bonds are strengthened this week, Cancer. Spend quality time with your partner and express your feelings openly. For singles, a nurturing and caring approach will attract someone who appreciates your emotional depth. I'll be giving you some valuable insights in my final thoughts coming up. Okay, so final thoughts. Now, We all know that we do not want that flame in our relationship to go out because we don't want to leave room for anyone else to creep on in. So, hopefully, some of the strategies that I gave you will help you ignite that flame and get that spark back, the one that you're actually looking for and the one that you're missing. Like I said, think about some of the things that you've done at the beginning of your relationship and try to get back on track with that effective communication, and make sure that it is communication with no interruptions, okay? Being spontaneous. We all know that we do like a little spontaneity in a relationship. So do that, as well as surprising one another, with a nice gesture of flowers or uh, dinner by candlelight, or just whisking them away on a dinner date without them knowing, going to visit them during the lunch hour and taking them out for lunch. I mean, these are some great strategies to reignite that flame in that relationship. So if you found any value in this video, please subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget to leave comments below, because I would love to hear some of your suggestions on how you rekindled your relationship. Okay, so see you guys next Sunday at 7 p.m. Bye.